against the cage.
A Finnish-Colombian natural-born warrior reaching the peak of his fighting ability, Markus Master Colombo Rytöhonka reaches the first cage main event of his career after having left a trail of flaming barn burners behind him.
Mä oon ottelijana tosi räjähtävä ja tosi monipuolinen. Mun vastustaja on ranskalainen D, potkunyrkkytaustainen, tulee päälle jos antaa tilaa, eli tila otetaan pois.
A dangerous and explosive French all-around veteran of the sport, Konmon has proven himself capable of finishing his opponent anywhere, anytime.
Je suis un combattant un peu polyvalent, mais j'apprécie le kickboxing, un peu de Muay Thai et aussi le sol. Mon opposant était un bon lutteur, à ce que j'ai compris, et ça donne du défi, et donc c'est intéressant. Ma spécificité dépend vraiment des combats que j'ai à livrer.
Mä oon mun vastustaja parempi kaikissa osa-alueissa. Mä pystyn tyrmäämään, jos mä haluan. Mä voin viedä mattoa ja tehdä kaverille siellä kiusaa. Ottelu tulee päättymään tietty siihen, että mun käsin nostetaan pystyyn. Luultavimmin ranskalainen nukkuu jossain erässä.
Dans le combat, j'aime l'opposition. J'aime aussi pouvoir être un peu dans la difficulté, me dépasser.
Mä rakastan eniten ottelemisessa sitä fiilistä, mikä tulee, kun nousee häkkiin. Sitä ei saa sitä oloa mistään muusta, sitä adrenaliinia ja sitä hyvän olon tunnetta.
Will it be the bulldozer-like relentless grinding pressure of Rytöhonka, or the devastating stopping power and craftiness of Day that will lead to victory tonight? Ladies and gentlemen, it is time for the main event. Markus Master Colombo Rytöhonka versus Konmon Day.
To the blue corner, Konmon Day!
Go with one half of our main event as we welcome Francis Konmon Day, a very, very experienced fighter out of the famed MMA factory in Paris. That is a gym that has given us some of the very best French fighters active around right now. He made his pro debut over 10 years ago in December of 2011. And since then, he has fought a who's who of European top featherweights. I mean, he's fought the likes of Jack Shore, Mason Jones, Jordan Vucenic, and many, many more. And he also has fantastic wins over the likes of Aiden Lee, and perhaps most impressively, Kevin Ruart. If you don't know who that guy is, look him up. He is a beast. So here, Konmon Day, an athletic striker, but he can get it done on the ground as well. He has just as many submission victories as he does via stoppage due to knockout or TKO. So he is an all-round fighter, but definitely an athletic, fast striker with very, very slick boxing and good combinations.
Yeah, and his experience level is incredible. As you mentioned, Mason Jones, Jack Shore, Harry Hardwick. Those are some top names.
Oh, yeah.
That's very, very impressive. And, you know, very well-rounded as well. He's got an elite training camp. I mean, he fights out of the same camp as, you know, that used to be the former stomping ground of the legendary heavyweight champion Francis Ngannou, and as well as the current home of Cyril Gane, another top French prospect.
And he's kind of taking his time, passing in towards the cage here. And why not, you know, soak up that atmosphere, because he's earned it, and he has been around the block and then some. I mean, just the fighters that we've listed, that used to ever fighters that have to compete, you know, for many years just to fight one of the fighters of this kind of caliber. So, you know, this is a great test for Markus Rytöhonka. I mean, hey, he's just super experienced, and as we've established before, there's no replacement for that.
Yeah, definitely not. And, you know, if you could replace experience, I think it would be through exceptional training, and he's got that as well. So, hey, his strong striking background, I think, will also help him tonight against Rytöhonka, but it's going to be a very, very exciting fight.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Konmon, he brings it time and time again. Prefers fighting on the feet, but he is no stranger to shooting for takedowns. He's got a pretty decent single leg as well, that's for sure.
I think one of the big questions, though, is how does he end up dealing with the pressure that Rytöhonka brings?
Yeah.
And can he stop that takedown? You know, I've noticed one particular thing that stuck out to me was that he has a tendency to cover up a bit rather than fire back. And if you can kind of get him on the back foot and throw punches, then chain that together with a takedown, could be a very, very dangerous fight for him in an opponent like Markus Rytöhonka.
Yeah, so we'll see how the adjustments and techniques unfold here as Francis Konmon makes his debut here in cage.
He's a very, very versatile striker, though, so, hey, could be a very difficult night for Markus Rytöhonka as well.
Oh, absolutely. When Konmon is on, he is on. Getting his combinations flowing.
Absolutely. And he looks to be feeling it here tonight.
Yeah,
he's having fun.
It's like he's already at the after party.
To the red corner, Markus Rytöhonka!
Own Master Colombo, the top 10 ranked Nordic featherweights. Ah, you love to see it. The crowd just giving a pop for the hometown hero, draped in that beautiful blue and white flag, as well as representing his other home of Colombia. Accompanied to the cage tonight by his coach, the legendary Yamba, the Candyman, Elonen-Kulmala. This man is an incredible wrestler, strong pressure fighter with excellent cardio. He does not know the meaning of quit. He's got a hard-nosed grinding style, incredible takedowns against the cage, and solid submission defense. Very, very durable fighter is Markus Rytöhonka. Solid top control, very good fight IQ.
And about as much of a hometown favorite as you can get. I mean, this place erupted with cheers and dancing and all kinds of festivities the moment his music started up and as he started walking to the cage. And why not? This is as much deserved main event here, you know, in Helsinki, where he calls home now. And as you said, Steve, I mean, just a one-way traffic kind of guy. You know, he puts on the pressure and just does not let up.
Yeah, absolutely. You know, in his last outing, he beat a solid veteran in Fernando Flores. So, in what was an extremely fun fight as well. So, I'm quite excited to see just what happens here tonight.
And the last time we saw Rytöhonka in cage, it was a barn burner. Just like every time that he steps into the cage, I'm expecting nothing less than more of the same entertainment that we've become accustomed to here every time Master Columbus steps into the cage.
Yeah, he always puts on a show, and I think he's looking to do the same here tonight. Here we have the tail of the tape. Tell me, Sebastian, where are the keys?
What stands out here, obviously Rytöhonka slightly taller, but not by much. And Konmon actually having a 3-centimeter reach advantage. He's also 6 years the senior of Rytöhonka, and he also has the edge when it comes to experience.
Quite an edge.
We'll see how all that translates here in the main event here at cage 56.
Ladies and gentlemen, this is the main event of the night. This fight is brought to you by Precis, Film, Photo and Advertising. Tämän ottelun tarjoaa Precis. In the blue corner, fighter with a professional record of 12 wins and 9 losses, weighing 68.7 kilos from France, Konmon! In the red corner, fighter with a professional record of 8 wins, 4 losses and 1 draw. Weighing 68.8 kilos from Helsinki, Finland, Markus Master Colombo Rytöhonka!
Okay, here we go. We are locked, stocked, and ready to rock here in the Finnish capital as we have Konmon coming here to challenge the beloved hometown favorite, Markus Rytöhonka.
Yeah, this should be an extremely exciting fight. You've got a versatile striker versus a hard-nosed grappler. They don't make them any better for one another than that.
Oh, absolutely, yeah. Both fighters really have the opportunity to test their opponent in an area that could be seen as her weakness. But then again, I mean, you can't sleep on Rytöhonka striking too much either. I mean, he's got some power in those hands. He showed that in his last fight here where he defeated Fernando Flores. So,
Absolutely, yeah.
And all the same, as we mentioned in Milwaukee, Konmon He's got a pretty decent single leg takedown. He proved that against Kevin Ruart.
He's also got a strong kicking game, you know, and that can either be an ally or a... Oh, jeez.
Well, there you have it. Rytöhonka putting pedal to the metal from the opening seconds of the bout.
We've got Markus Rytöhonka in red and Konmon in blue. Rytöhonka throwing a big head kick up there, just missed.
And that's not a bad idea. I mean, if you kind of want to take the fight to the ground and you're not too fussed about perhaps reversing from the bottom, then throw those kicks.
Yeah, absolutely. Ooh, solid leg kick there as well. Oh, he fakes upstairs and goes for the shot. Let's see if he can take down Konmon.
So far, the takedown defense holding up for Day. You're up against the cage.
This is a place where Markus Rytöhonka absolutely excels. Looks like the referee might have been in the way a bit there. Oh, stringing together combinations here. Throwing upstairs and then following with a leg kick. But Rytöhonka eats a jab.
Yeah, I feel like Day is kind of starting to feel himself in the striking realm right now. Oh, it lands again.
Solid right hand, looks to have wobbled Rytöhonka.
He looks a little shaken, does Master Colombo.
Takes it to the cage, pressures forward. Let's see if he can get his hands locked somewhere here or start to chain wrestle.
Nice turn of events here for the Frenchman Day, who so far seems unfazed by the takedown attempts, and while he has taken a couple shots and leg kicks as such, nothing debilitating.
Colombo's got his, yep, Master Colombo has his hands locked and takes down Konmon Day. Let's see if he can flatten him out a bit and actually make something of that top position. It does look like his head might be in a bit of trouble here, though. Looks like Konmon Day might be searching for a guillotine.
It's gonna be hard from that angle, though, with the cage sort of hindering his extension. I mean, it's definitely not comfortable. But
yeah, if he grabs it and then moves towards that right shoulder, though, there might be something there.
Yeah. Look at that. Uses it to try to stand up, but look at the way Rytöhonka grabbing onto his opponent's left leg, but it's not enough.
You're gonna want to be careful putting your head in there like that, though.
Look at that, Rytöhonka, he had to drop down because that guillotine was tightening up. I mean, that's kind of a last-ditch effort thing you do, that you try and turn and sort of land on your back because you want to sort of lessen the grip of that squeeze.
Rytöhonka has the tie clinch here. Single collar tie. Oh, solid elbow. Did my eyes deceive me, or was that? Oh, beautiful knee up the middle, too.
Yeah, Rytöhonka is a master of just making things gritty. Oh, that was a nice kick to the body there from Day.
As mentioned, solid kick game from Konmon Day. Rytöhonka may be in trouble here.
Yeah, this is not where he wants to be. What he wants to do is he wants to use that right underhook to try and reverse his position, or at the very least get back to his feet.
This is a tough spot to be in if you're Rytöhonka, specifically this early on.
And it looks like Day is trying to connect a submission here. Yeah, trying to go for a Japanese necktie by the looks of things. Oh, switches to a Darce.
Yeah, I'm not so sure he's going to get the Darce from this position, but didn't seem like his hands were totally locked. Yeah, I know.
Okay, Rytöhonka out of danger, but only for the moment. His opponent still kind of has his back.
Rytöhonka out and free and pressures Day to the cage. Let's see what he can do with it in short time here. Still a very dangerous position to be in.
An interesting there. He lost his balance. Looked a little slow there. I wonder if he's perhaps just, you know, could be an adrenaline dump or something like that, or maybe he felt a little bit shaken.
Well, Rytöhonka's been here before in terms of, you know, he's got quite a bit of experience. Let's see how things shake out for him in round 2.
So interesting first round there. I mean, Rytöhonka definitely putting on the pressure, but Konmon Day, I mean, more than willing to throw down and meet Rytöhonka in the middle. So far, his defense has held up very well, too.
There goes a left hand for Rytöhonka, which appears to have caught Day pretty clean. Day gave him a little nod. That one falls short. Oh, and a big right hand lands for Day. Seems to stumble Rytöhonka just a bit. The kick to the body, that kicking game on display. Rytöhonka thought, hey, maybe I can take him down. Didn't quite work out the way he expected. Good knee up the middle there.
Yeah, Day wasn't really rushing to follow his opponent to the mat. I wonder if perhaps Rytöhonka
overestimated the offense in that sense.
Touch of gloves, round 2 is underway.
Rytöhonka, a real beast inside the cage, but a loving family dad aside from that, outside.
Yeah,
also has tons of respect for his opponent. He actually made a French sandwich, speaking in French, in courtesy and welcoming his opponent to Finland.
Bit of an odd welcome, but I like it.
And he greeted him with croissants at the weigh-ins as well. So
okay, yeah.
If you fight Rytöhonka, you will get fed.
Get fed a left hook, maybe, because he's searching for it.
And it seems like Rytöhonka is having some issues sort of shortening that distance.
Yeah, it could be a bit tough, you know, specifically, oh, big winging punch from Konmon. Interestingly enough, Konmon initiated the clinch there, but Rytöhonka was the one to land the knee in it.
Oh, nice stiff
Stung
jab
him
there.
with that jab, yeah. Oh, that right hand hurt him. He's covering up.
This is not a good look for Rytöhonka.
Yeah, Rytöhonka not good optically here. He seems a little frustrated, perhaps.
Yeah, he's just
disheartened.
I mean, this is much better for him. He's on a single. He might sort of turn the corner and take the back instead, get a body lock. Okay, he's back to the single. And he gets a takedown.
Yeah, but he did not wind up on top here.
Yeah.
And Konmon reaping that leg back. And he's got Rytöhonka in a bit of a position. If he breaks down that base, yep, here you go. Now Konmon in the top position. Well poised to land shots here. If he can break that grip on his wrist, which is not even particularly strong.
Rytöhonka likes fighting on the ground, but usually not off of his back. He kind of needs to start figuring something else out here. I mean, he's willing to throw down on the feet. He has connected a couple times with some solid, you know, strikes and knees, but he's just not doing the same amount of damage that Day is when they're in these exchanges.
Yeah, he's not having nearly the success. So, I mean, figuring out where he's going to see some success here is absolutely necessary because we're past the halfway point. And you can't expect that this is going to go in his favor if the same continues. Oh, good right hand, though.
Yeah, both guys threw real hard there in that exchange. Another shot, but well defended by the Frenchman.
Yeah, absolutely. Head is just well and truly stuffed here by Konmon. I don't think this is how Rytöhonka expected this to happen. Konmon once again just controlling that head, looking to set up a submission.
He's going over for Anaconda, I think. Try and flip Rytöhonka over.
Even just stuffing that head, this is a very uncomfortable position to be in, and it's exhausting. You know, trying to power your way up. If you're Rytöhonka, you need to get to your feet.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean,
you can't hang out here.
The sprawl of Day is it's going to keep him away from any ground position so far. And he's even using the cage as an ally to posture off of.
Rytöhonka needs to get the respect of Konmon here.
Yeah.
Konmon throws a head kick, which lands.
Day is on the hunt here on the feet. When he's standing, he's dialed in and he's looking for that knockout strike.
Absolutely here. And now a little bit of ground and pound. These aren't huge shots. but once again, it's Konmon chipping away. And he goes to pin that left arm of Rytöhonka. And there he goes, chipping away again. Just enough. Oh, that elbow snuck through.
Yeah, that was a solid elbow there from the Frenchman.
Rytöhonka needs to find a way to have some success here. It could be disheartening to just eat shots and really not be able to offer anything back.
Yeah, another very strong round for Konmon, who just seems to have an answer for everything that Rytöhonka throws at him.
Yeah, and that answer is apparently cut Rytöhonka on the face.
Yeah. Yeah, I mean, I don't think I need to be the one to tell Rytöhonka this, but he needs to go all out here in the third round. I mean, he needs to take risks. He needs to be willing to get rocked and dropped in order to get the victory. I mean, all things considered, he is most likely down on the judges' scorecards.
Yeah, yep. And, you know, hey, he's got a solid chin. He's very, very durable. He just needs to go out there and leave everything out there today, I think, because otherwise you're not gonna pick up the nod after this kind of performance. Now, he's performed well, very durable, very focused, but he's just not had the technical success.
Yeah, absolutely. Yeah. And it's, as they say, no guts, no glory. So it's time to see some guts.
Well, he's got that to spare.
Yeah, he's got guts for days. I mean, that's for sure.
Absolutely. He's blooded, but he is willing. So let's see what happens here in this third and final round here at Cage 56. Quick reminder, Cage 57 coming at you on the 11th of February. You can get tickets now at MMAfinland.fi.
Nice little show of respect there as our final round begins.
Konmon looking fast still.
Yeah, super fresh.
Rytöhonka winging big right hands. He needs to put something together here, though. Good high kick. Oh, but Konmon just fast. Yeah, he hits him with something and sits him down.
And that was almost like Rytöhonka pulling guard there, or at least resorting to that or taking that as a last resort. Day is really starting to find his timing here. He's countering very, very well. Just as Rytöhonka misses and kind of overextends, he finds a spot for his own strikes.
Yeah, it's difficult to see a path to victory here for Rytöhonka at the moment. You know, throwing heavy leather, that'll get you there. But shooting for a takedown, unless he can piece together some kind of submission or some brutal ground and pound, I don't think that's the path to victory that he might believe it to be.
Yeah, exactly. I mean, even if
there's not a lot of time.
Yeah, if he dominates now on the ground completely, it's still not going to be enough. Oh, look, Rytöhonka a choke attempt here, but there's no hooks in for Day.
Yeah, but if you're exhausted, do you really need it?
No, that's true.
This arm is going to be in a dangerous spot here. This is a potential arm bar.
Oh, nice adjustment there from Rytöhonka, but out of the frying pan into the fire.
My thoughts precisely. Very bad spot to be in here if you're Rytöhonka. Yeah, this is a brutal, brutal, slow chipping away with these elbows. You know, it's definitely not an ideal scenario, far from it.
Just under 3 minutes left to go here in our third and final round as Rytöhonka might need to pull a rabbit out of a hat to get the victory here.
I think that's the case. Now, Rytöhonka is as tough as they come.
Oh,
it's obvious.
Absolutely.
You know, he's bloodied up, but he's still looking for whatever, you know, path to victory he can potentially find. And that's probably an important but Pyrrhic victory for him.
And it's, you know, like I talked about before the fight started, that both these fighters possess a skill set that can really test their opponent. You know, on paper, you would think that Rytöhonka's wrestling and forward pressure would really give Day some problems, but he really has adjusted very well to every single piece of offense that Rytöhonka's had for him.
Absolutely, and those elbows are brutal. Very good ground and pound here from Konmon. Just chipping away, Nothing crazy hard, but he's sneaking through where he can. And this fight is just slowly getting away from Rytöhonka.
Yeah, it looked like he was thinking about a submission from the bottom there, throwing his legs up, but couldn't quite find anything. I mean, that's probably going to be the only way to secure victory for him here. That is if he manages to get an armbar or a triangle or something like that from the bottom.
You know, one thing that did impress me, though, from Rytöhonka was even exhausted, you know, and he clearly has to be. Even exhausted, he managed to stay defensively sound during that potential arm lock attempt.
Yeah.
And here he goes, looking for a Kimura. If he can clear that leg with that arm, he might be able to just crank it. Oh, and it slips out of there. Unfortunately for him, very, very slippery this late in the game.
Trying again, something there is Rytöhonka, but
Konmon just all over him. Takes the back, drags him back down. Says, hey, I'm not done with you here. Rytöhonka trying to escape to the feet.
Yeah.
But, you know, and that's a great way to have one last ditch attempt at securing victory, but it would only be able to snatch it from the jaws of defeat, and it doesn't look like that's the case here tonight.
Well, there you have it. I mean, what can you say about that performance from Konmon? I mean, he really just started pouring that, you know, just had an answer for everything that Rytöhonka threw his way. Defended the takedowns, had some fantastic moments on the feet, clearly hurt and rocked Rytöhonka as well, but Master Colombo has the heart of a Colombian lion. Nobody has ever doubted that. He may be down, but he's never out.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, Konmon, he really just, as you mentioned, he had an answer for everything that Rytöhonka threw at him. And on this night, just was absolutely the better fighter. I think a unanimous decision victory is likely merited here.
Yeah, absolutely. I would be shocked to see anything else. But credit to Rytöhonka. I mean, a lot of fighters...
he stayed in there.
Yeah, other fighters would have wilted under that pressure, but he is not one of those.
And as long as he was on the feet, he was throwing heavy leather. You know, it's not like he was, and he threw caution to the wind there trying to land those shots. He just wasn't able to do so. So, you know, hats off to him for a very, very durable performance. And once again, showing that hard-nosed style. He's here until the very, very last. But unfortunately, I don't think victory will be his tonight.
Absolutely. Rytöhonka, he earned this main event, but I do believe that Konmon has earned the decision. We are still collecting the judges' scorecards, and it seems that we will, yeah, here we are. So let's hear it with the official decision in our final bout of the night.
Ladies and gentlemen, after 3 full rounds, we have the judges' decision. Winner by unanimous decision, Konmon!
The French fighter Konmon victorious here tonight in Finland at cage 56. Let's hear what he has to say as we go to the interview with Veli-Matti. After the celebration dance.
He's earned a proper celebration, that's for sure. I mean, he came to his opponent's hometown. Everybody was expecting a finished victory here, but it was a French flag that got raised inside the House of Culture here.
And what moves, you know?
He's got some
exceptional.
Moves. He looks like he could go another 2 rounds, and he's probably going to go a couple rounds on the dance floor later on.
Yeah, you know, honestly, I bet he could have. Because, hey, it's pretty easy to be the hammer in many of those scenarios.
Yep. Roland, congratulations. That was a great fight. How did it feel?
Bravo Konmon, c'était un super combat, comment tu te sens?
Merci beaucoup à tout le monde. Merci au Cage pour l'invitation. Je me sens super bien. Je suis fatigué parce que mon adversaire, il était à la hauteur. Merci à ma team, quoi.
Thank you very much. I feel great. It was a very hard because my opponent was very tough, and I'm very happy. Thank you everyone. Thank you the Cage. Thank you for the public. Thank you for everything.
Well, congratulations. It was really nice to have you here. Konmon Day.
Thank you. Konmon Day, victorious. I think Veli-Matti will have a few words as well with Finland's own Markus Rytöhonka. We eagerly await that.
Markus, illan pääottelu. Vähän kulmaturvoksessa. Tällä kertaa tämmönen ottelu, mutta miltä se susta tuntuu?
Joo, tällä kertaa näin. Mulla on kaikki hyvin. Ja oli superhienoa otella main eventissä. Ja ei tänään alusta saakka tuntui, ei niinku kunto ei ollut kysymys nyt, vaan tuntui, kroppa ei pelittänyt. Mä olin tiistaina vielä kipeänä. Ja selittelyt siksi mä en perunutkaan tätä matsia, koska nössöt juoksee. Mutta tänään ei ollut mun päivä, ei kropas tuntui paskalta.
Iso hatunnosto molemmille teille ottelijoille ja ennen kaikkea hienoa nähdä sitä kunnioitusta ja voisi sanoa, että jopa ystävyyttä tässä häkissä, että mitä molemmat osoititte toisillenne. Hieno ottelu.
Kyllä, kiitos.
Markus Rytöhonka, hyvät naiset ja herrat.
You are about to experience the cage.